Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and the subject today we are studying is Cambridge O Levels Mathematics Syllabus D. The code of this subject is 4024. Today we are working on a specimen paper. You know that the syllabus for the examination from the 2025 has a little changes in it. So that's why the Cambridge has issued some specimen papers. So they have issued two paper twos, and this is the paper 2A, and that's the calculator version. And in this video, I'm going to present you the solution of this paper. And I will also try to highlight those topics which are the new topics which have been added into the syllabus of the DMAS 4024. I will try my best to present you the solution of this paper to the best of my knowledge, abilities, and skills. And I will also try to write those answers in the best way possible, whatever the potential I have. I hope that you will enjoy this video. Let's start this video. So on your screen, the specimen paper 2A is showing up. This is for the examination from the 2025. It's a sample paper. You can say it's a specimen paper. Cambridge used the term specimen paper. So the time allowed for this paper 2 is 2 hours, and the total marks for this paper are 100. The calculator is allowed in this paper. So the total value, the total marks, I mean, is 100. The value of the pi will be taken as 3.142. And here a formula sheet is also with this paper, and you can have a look at the formula sheet. So these are the formulae which will be given with your paper from the examination starting from the May, June 2025. Okay, so here we have the question number 1 is coming up on your screen, and he says calculate. So here we have 4 divided by square root of the 0.0025. So because the calculator is allowed in this paper, so it's very simple. Take the square root of the 0.0025. That's 0.05. So 4 divided by 0.05, that's 80. So 80 is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. We are going to the next question. The next question is question number 2. He says work out 40% of the $530. So 40% of 530, that means 40 by 100 multiply 530. So it will be 212. So the answer is 212. That answer is right. This is how this is done. Question number 3. He says this is part of a bus timetable from New York to Raleigh. And here we have New York, the bus will start at 9:15, and Baltimore, it will be at 13:40. At Washington, it will be at 15:20. Richmond, it will be 1900. And Pittsburgh, it will be 1940. Petersburg, sorry. And Raleigh, 22:15. Okay, work out the journey time from New York to Petersburg. Give your answer in hours and minutes. I might be pronouncing them not in the right way, but just forgive this. So from New York, the bus will start at 9:15, and in Petersburg, it will be at 19:40. So subtract the arrival time from the departure time. So the arrival time here is 19:40. And the departure time is 9:15. So simply subtract them. From 40 minutes, if you subtract 15 minutes, you get 25 minutes. From 19 hours, subtract 9 hours, you get 10 hours. So at 10:25. So journey time is 10 hours and 25 minutes. The journey time is 10 hours and 25 minutes. Our answer is right. This is how this is done. From the arrival time, you subtract the journey departure time, you get the time of the journey. Okay, Arjun arrives, this is the B part. Arjun arrives at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. Work out how long he waits for the 9:15 bus from the New York to arrive. Give your answer. Okay. So he was at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. So when the bus will arrive, it will arrive at 15:20. So the time format is different. It is 5:15:20, and that is 1:36 p.m. So I will convert that 1:36 p.m. also into 24-hour format. And for that purpose, because this is p.m. in hours, we add 12. So 1:36 p.m. I will add 12 in hours. So it's 13:36. Now this is also in 24 hours format, 13:36. So he was at the Washington bus station, at 13:36. The bus will arrive at 15:20. At Washington bus station, the bus will arrive at 15:20. How do I know this? We have this timetable. So at Washington, it is at 15:20. So from 15:20, subtract 13:36. So, from 20 minutes, you cannot subtract 36 minutes. So I will borrow 1 hour from here. When 1 hour will be borrowed from here, in minutes, it will be 60 minutes. So add 20 plus 60, you get 80. So from 80, you have to subtract 36, you get 44 minutes. From 14 hours, because you have given 1 hour here, so now there are 14 hours, subtract 13 hours, you get 1 hour. So he will have to wait how many minutes? 1 hour and 44 minutes. So 1 hour means 60 minutes. So 60 plus 44, that's 104. So he have to wait 104. 104 minutes they have to wait. This is how this is done. I hope you understand. Question number 4 is showing up on your screen. Pens cost 53 cents each. Work out the maximum number of the pens Mariam can buy with $15. Okay, because their denomination is different. This is 53 cents. This is $15. So their unit must be same. So then from the total money, I will divide the total money with the price of one pen, and I will get the number of pens she can buy. Okay, so very simple, straightforward. $15 means 1,500 cents. In $1, there are 100 cents. So in $15, there will be $1,500, 1,500 cents, sorry. So 1,500 divided by 53, you get 28.30. So she can buy 28 pens, okay? Because the pen can be only bought as a whole. It cannot be in decimals. So 28 pence she can buy with this much money. So here we go. She can buy 28 pence. They say. Question number 4, B part. They say work out the exchange she receives in cents. Okay, so she can buy 28 cents. Each pen is of 53 cents. So she has given the shopkeeper 1,500 cents minus 28 multiply 53. So when you multiply 28 with the 53, you get 1,484. From 1,500, subtract the price of the cost of 28 pence. And so 1,500 minus 1,484, you get 16 cents. So she will get 16 cents in exchange. So I said exchange in the change. Sorry, in the change. 16 cents she will get in the change. Question number 5, popping up on your screen. The table shows how a class of 30 children travels to school. The information will be shown in a pie chart. You see, whenever a data is given to you, you can represent the data in the form of a fraction. You can represent the data in the form of a percentage. You can represent the data in the form of a pie chart. Or you can represent the data in the form of a histogram. Here they are asking about a pie chart. So we have to find out that each type represents subtends how much angle in the circle of the pie chart. So, so the children who go by walking, there are 18 children. The children who go to school by car, there are 3 children. And the children who go to school by bus, there are 9 children. So we have to represent how much, we have to calculate how much this will each category will subtend angle in the pie chart. Okay, so if you want to find out the angle in the pie chart, the method is very simple. The frequency of that class divided by the total multiplied 360. So 18 divided by 30 multiplied 360. For the cars, 3 divided by 30 multiplied 360. And for the bus, it will be 9 divided by 30 multiply 360. So this is how you find the angle. So on your screen, I hope you can see this. I am trying to show this. Okay, so it's 18 divided by 30 multiplied 360. That will be 216 degrees. 3 divided by 30 multiplied 360. That is 36 degrees. And 9 divided by 30 multiplied 3600. That is 108 degrees. So let's check our answer. 21636,108. I hope our answers are the same. Yes, sir, the answers are right. I hope you understand. He says complete the table. We are done with that. Then they say draw a pie chart to show this information. And okay, so I have to show this information on this pie chart. I will use my protractor, and I will put the protractor here. The crosshair should be here. It's 0, we should be here. And from here, I will calculate the smaller angle. So in this way, it's easy. Okay. So for the bus, I put my protractor here, started 0 from here. The crosshair must be on the center. So I will count 108. When I find 108, I put a dot here. Then I draw this line. So this sector is representing bus with an angle, and the angle subtended at the center is 108. Then I put my protractor's crosshair here, and its 0 must be here. And then for the car, I have to count 36. Wherever is the 36th angle, put a dot here and join the center with this. So this sector here, this represents the travel by car, and it subtends an angle of 36 degree at the center. And the remaining sector is representing the people who came to school by walking, and its angle at the center is 216. I hope you understand how this is. Sorry for the internet interruption. You know, we are in Pakistan in Sargodha, so internet do funny things, and that's normal. So during our recording, what happens, because we are recording this on the, Zoom. So what happens that whenever the internet takes a breath, so our Zoom gets disconnected. Sorry for that. Question number 6. The diagram shows the cuboid. Calculate the volume of the cuboid. Here the length is 8 centimeter, the width is 4 centimeter, and the height of the cuboid is 6.5 centimeter. Their question is calculate the volume of the cuboid, and the marks are 1. You know, the volume of the cuboid can be calculated. The formula is very simple. You remember that formula. And the length into width into the height, and the length is 8 centimeter, the width is 4 centimeter, the height is 6.5 centimeter. Just multiply them on your calculator. You will get 208 centimeter cube. So 208 centimeter cube. And that is the right answer, sir. Question number 6. This is the answer. Okay. Next question coming up on your screen. Question number 7. And it's of 2 marks. Alex buys a shirt at a price of 14.75 pounds. Pedro buys a shirt at a price of $21.99. The exchange rate is $1 is equals to 0.73 pounds. Calculate how much more Pedro pays than Alex. Give your answer in the dollars and cents correct to the nearest centimeter. Okay, so we have to tell the difference in dollars. That's why I will convert this price, which is in pounds, into the dollars. The exchange rate between the dollar and the pound is given. I'm going to use the method of proportionality. So on your screen, this is showing up dollar pound, and $1 represents 0.73 pounds. So 14.75 pounds will be represented with X dollars. So 1 divided by X is equal to 0.73 divided by 14.75. So X will be equals to 14.75 divided by 0.73. That's $20.21. So the price of the shirt is $20.21. The price of a shirt Pedro bought is $21.99. So the difference between their prices is 21.99 minus 20.21. So that will be 1.78. 1.78 after the decimal, because dollars after the decimal, you have to go to the two decimal places, because he said that should be correct to the nearest cent. 1.78 is the right answer, sir. Question number 8 is showing up on your screen. It's a 4 marks question. Here we have a polygon. The diagram shows a hexagon. Hexagon has 6 sides. Write an equation and solve it to find the value of the x. So you see here, there are 6 internal angles. And we can find the sum of the internal angles of a hexagon. The formula is very famous, and it's 180 bracket start n minus 2 bracket close, where n means the number of sides. So n will be 6. So here we go. The sum of the internal angles is 180 bracket start n minus 2 bracket close. Here we have 6 angles, so add them up. 2x plus 120 plus 100 plus 144 plus x minus 30 plus 152 will be equals to 180 bracket start 6 minus 2. N is 6 because it's a hexagon, 6 sides. So you will have on the left side 3x plus 486 equals to 180 into 4, and that is 720. So this plus 486 will go to the other side. It will subtract there. So 720 minus 486, that is 234. This 3 which is multiplying with the x, that will go on the other side. It will divide. So 234 divided by 3, that is 78. So the value of the x is 78. It's a 4 marks question. And 78 is the right answer, sir. Question number 8 is done. I hope you understand. Okay, so here we have question number 9 showing up on your screen. Here we have 3.565, square root of 196, 8 under root of 7, square root of 7, I mean 12. From the list, write down a number that is a multiple of 3. Multiple of 3, that number which comes in the table of 3. So very easy, 12. 12 comes in the table of 3. So that's the multiple of 3. A cube number, the famous cube number 8. It is 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2. That's 2 raised to power 3. So 8 is a cube number, a prime number. So a prime number is that which does not divide with any integer, so other than 1 and itself. And so that's a prime number. So famous prime number here is 5. An irrational number. So irrational number is the numbers which, when you convert them into decimal, they are non-terminating, non-reoccurring. So here the irrational number, famous style of irrational number is a prime number under a square root. The square root of a prime number. I am once again sorry for for my internet. What can I do? It's optical. Is this the name of the company which is providing this internet? Is Storm Fiber. Its internet is good, but something happens when I am recording. Sorry for that. So an irrational number will be a prime number under the square root. So let me show you. I have done this. Okay, so a multiple of 3 is 12 here. A cube number is 8. A prime number is 5. And an irrational number is square root of 7. So this is how this question number 9 is done. So let's see. Question number 9. So 12, 8, 5, and the square root of the 7. I hope you understand. And here we go to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 10. Anna has a bag containing 10 beads. There are 4 red beads and the rest are blue. So that means there are 4 red beads and there are 6 blue beads. Anna takes 2 beads from the bag at random without replacement. So she do not put that back. Okay, so without replacement. Okay, so we have to complete the tree diagram. Okay, so when you do not replace, so you see what happens when one bead is out. That when you try to take the second bead out, the total is decreased by one, and that type of bead is also decreased by one. Okay, so if red bead is out, the probability of getting a red bead will be 4 by 10. If the red bead is already out, then getting again the red bead, it will be 3 by 9 because red is already out. And getting a blue bead, that will be 6 by 9. In the same way, if the first bead is blue, the chances of getting a blue bead will be 6 by 10. So because only the blue bead is out, so the red bead is 4 by 9 and the blue bead will be 5 by 9. I have done this. Let me show you. Okay. So here we go. So it will be 3 by 9. This will be 6 by 9. This will be 4 by 9. This is 6 by 10. This is 5 by 9. And I already checked it, but let's check it again. Our answer are right. Okay, sir. You can pause the video if you want to take more time with your marking scheme. They say B part, calculate the probability that Anna takes two red beads. So they are basically asking you to find out the red comma red, the probability of red comma red. So their question is find the probability of the red comma red. So I will multiply the probabilities red comma red. I will multiply 4 by 10 will be multiplied with the 3 by 9 red comma red. So it will be numerators multiply with the numerator, denominator multiply with the denominator. So that's 12 by 90. So 12 by 90 is the answer. You can also simplify it, or you can leave it like this, 12 by 90. The answer is right. And here we go to the next question. Okay, on your screen, question number 11 is showing up. He says, Maya builds a patio in her garden in the shape of a cylinder with the radius 2 meter and a height of 0.08 meter. The patio is made from concrete. The density of the concrete is 2500 kg per meter cube. Calculate the mass of the concrete used to build the patio. Okay, density is equals to mass divided by volume. They have given you the formula. Because the shape is a cylinder, we can find out the volume. The radius is given, the height of the cylinder is given. You know the formula for the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. So find the volume. The volume will be in meter cubes. We know the density. The mass will be density multiply volume. So let's see how this is done. I have already done this. So here we go. Okay. So volume of the cylinder is pi r square h, and V will be equals to pi multiply the radius is 2 meter. 2 square multiply 0.08, which is the height. So the answer will be 1.00544 meter cube. Now the mass is equals to density multiply volume. Density is 2500 kg per meter cube, and the volume is 1.00544 meter cube. So the answer will be 2513.6 kg. So when I rounded it off to three significant figure, it will be 2510 kg, 2510 kg, 2510 kg after rounding up to three significant figures. So, okay, Maya wants, that's the B part. Maya wants to put tiles on the surface of her patio. As shown on the diagram, each tile is a sector with the arc length of 75 centimeter. Explain why the tiles do not fit exactly on the surface of the patio. So there can be two methods. Either you can find the angle of this sector and then divide 360 with this sector. If the answer is not an integer, then this means not the whole tile will fit. You have to break some tile. Another method is find the circumference of this circle and divide it with the arc. And if the answer is not an integer number, then it means you have to break the tile. So radius is 2 meter, because it's in meters, but the arc length given is 75 centimeters. So I will convert that radius also into centimeters. So 2 meter means 200 centimeter. In 1 meter, there are 100 centimeters. The question, angle subtended at the center is theta. So the arc will be equals to, I need to find out that angle. So arc is equals to theta by 362 pi r. The arc length is 75 centimeter and the radius here is 200 meters. So 75 is equals to theta divided by 360 multiply 2 multiply pi multiply 200. Here I don't know what is the theta, the angle subtended by that arc at the center. So theta will be equal to 75 multiplied 360 divided by 400 pi, and that is 21.483 degrees. Now divide the 360 degree with the 21.483, you get 16.76. It is not an integer. So that's why we say tiles will not fit the whole circle. So this is one method. If this answer is an integer, the tiles will exactly fit. Okay, the method number 2 is very simple. You find the circumference of this circle, that is 2 pi r. So 2 multiply pi multiply 200, that is 1256.8 centimeter, divided with the arc length, that is 1256.8, that's the circumference, divided by the arc length, that's 75, and you get 16.76, which is not an integer. That's why the tiles do not fit exactly. So you have to break some tile. The meaning of this thing is that at the end you have to break a tile. Okay, so hopefully you understand this. Let me show you the whole thing together. Okay, so this is the whole question. Okay, now we are going to the next question. That is question number 12. He says, find all the integer values of the x that satisfy the inequality. He says minus 6 is less than and equals to 3x, and that is less than 6. So what we do, we will take this portion only and we will solve it, and then we will take this portion only and we will solve it. And then we will represent them on the number line, and then I can tell you that what are the integer values of the x. Okay, so I will take this first portion, minus 6 is less than or equals to 3x. This 3 will come to this side. So that means minus 2 is less than and equals to x. So in other words, you can say x is greater than or equals to minus 2. And then I will take the second portion, this portion here. I will take it 3x is less than 6. So x is less than 6 by 3. X is less than 2. So I will represent both these results on my number line. So I will shade this circle because the minus 2 is included in the solution. And I will keep this circle unshaded because 2 is not included in the answer. So now in this overlapping portion, what are the integer values of the x? They are minus 2, minus 1, 0, and 1. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, and 1. So that is the answer, sir. I hope you understand this. Okay, now we are going to the next question. He says question number 13. Question number 13, he says the speed time graph shows the first 10 seconds of the journey of a car. By drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at the t equals to 2 seconds. So here we have a speed time graph, and on the x-axis we have time, on the y-axis we have speed in meter per second, the time is in seconds, and the graph is a curve. You know that the gradient of the speed time graph is equals to the acceleration. So they are asking us to draw a tangent and then estimate its gradient at time t equals 2. So at this point, I will draw a tangent. You know, a tangent is a line which only touches that curve only at one point, and that particular point when x is equals 2. And then what I will do, I will take 2 points on that line, that tangent. I will note down their coordinates and I will find the gradient by using the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It's a 2 marks question and I will show you how I have done this. So I will take my scale and I will put my scale in such a way that only touch here. Okay, then along that scale I will draw this line. So this line is basically the tangent to this curve at the point x equals to 2. Then I will take 2 points on this tangent. For example, The 2 points I have taken from this tangent are 8, 5.7. I have taken this point, which is 8, 5.7 approximately. And I will take this point, which is 0, 1.2. And I will apply the formula for the gradient. And you know the formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it will be 5.7 minus 1.2 divided by 8 minus 0. So that's 4.5 divided by 8, and that is 0.56. So the gradient of this curve at the x equals to is 0.56. Their answer is, the answer will be from 0.3 to 0.8. My answer is 0.56, which is in that range, so it's good. We are good to go. Okay, so the next question they are asking here is the B part of this question. They say write down what the gradient of the curve represents in the term of car's motion for the first 10 seconds of its journey. So gradient of see, so gradient of the speed time graph is equals to the acceleration. So and if you look at this is accelerating, and because this is positive, that means the speed is increasing, and you know the gradient of this curve is gradually decreasing from 0 to 10. The gradient is decreasing, speed is increasing. That means the acceleration is at the start, the acceleration is larger, the acceleration is gradually decreasing, but the speed continues to increase. So that represents gradient represents the acceleration, which means the speed of the car is increasing. The table, question number 14, the table shows the distance traveled by 80 people to a shopping mall. And the distance traveled from 0 to 5, 35 people, and 5 to 10 kilometer, 20 people, 10 to 20 people, 10 to 20 kilometers, 14 people, 20 kilometer to 50 kilometer, 11 people. Calculate the estimate of the mean distance traveled when you have classes like this and the frequency is given. You want to find out the mean. I will find out the mid values. Mid values are also called class marks. So I will find out the mid values. How you find the mid value? You add up these two boundaries with each other. Whatever is the answer, you divide it with the 2. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 divided by 2, that's 2.5. So the mid value here will be 2.5. And then, let me show you. Okay. So what we will do, the first class, its mid value will be 2.5. The second class, its mid value will be 7.5. And the third class, its mid value will be 15. And the fourth class, its mid value will be 35. So this mid value is x, this is the frequency. You multiply x with the f, you get fx. So 2.5 multiplied 35, that's 87.5. 7.5 multiplied 20, that is 150. 15 multiplied 14, that is 210. And 35 multiplied 11, that's 385. Now the mean is summation fx divided by summation f. Summation fx means you add up this row. This is fx, so add them up. So 87.5 plus 150 plus 210 plus 385, and that is 832.5. Summation f means you add up all the frequencies. 35 plus 20 plus 14 plus 11, that is 80. So summation fx divided by summation f, that is mean. So 832.5 divided by 80, and that is 10.41. So 10.4 is the mean. 10.4 is the mean value. I hope you know how to find the mean in the group data. So here we go. Next question. The next question is showing up on your screen. Question number 15. The diagram shows the triangle A and triangle B. And you can see the triangle A and the B. And their question is, describe fully the single transformation that maps the triangle A on the triangle B. Okay. So the method is very simple if you want to recognize this. And if you rotate, you see, if you rotate the triangle A, and how you know okay, that, and it will fit on the triangle B. Okay, simply take a set square. In your geometry box, you have a set square. Let me get a set square, and I will try to show you how this is done. So I have got a set square. So let me show you. So let me increase the size of this screen. So here I got a set square. So you can see here I have a set square in my hand. And what I will do, so here you go. So this is A. So let's rotate the A. So here you go. So you can see this exactly fits on the B when I rotate it. And how much I rotated it? I have rotated, this is here. So I rotated it how much? 90-degree clockwise. And it fits exactly on B. This is how you differentiate between a reflection and a rotation with the help of a set square if a triangle is rotated. So here you can see we have A. This is exactly A. And when I rotated it like this, it exactly fits the B. So it's a rotation. Okay. Now we need to find out what is the center of the rotation. If you want to find out the center of the rotation, we take the same points and we join them, and we draw their perpendicular bisectors. For example, I can show you, you see this point and this point is the same point in the image and the object, and you can join them and then draw the perpendicular bisector of this line. For example, this point and this point is the corresponding point in the object and the image. You can join them with the line and then draw the perpendicular bisector of that line. For example, this point where the angle is 90 and this point where the angle is 90, these are the two corresponding points in the object and the image. You join them with the line and you draw the perpendicular bisector of that line. Then you prolong those perpendicular bisectors. Where those perpendicular bisectors intersect with each other, that is the center of rotation. Then we can find the angle of rotation as well. So very simple. Let me show you. Okay, so on your screen, I hope you can see this. So I join this point and this point with each other and I draw a line. Okay, then I will open my compass and more than the half of this line, I will draw an arc here and I will draw an arc here. And then I will put my compass on this point. I will draw an arc here and I will draw an arc here. So these two arcs intersect here. Sorry, they intersect with each other where? I believe here and here. So you join them. So this is the perpendicular bisector of that line. Okay, then I can join this point with this point, and I can draw the perpendicular bisector of this. I have just drawn two perpendicular bisectors. You can see them. And I prolong these black lines. They are perpendicular bisectors. And where they intersect with each other, that is the center of rotation. So they intersected at each other at 2, 1. So that is the center of rotation. Now, how much is the angle of rotation? You join this point with the center of rotation. You join the same point on in the image with the center of rotation. Check how much is this angle. So the object is here, the image is here. So this angle is 90-degree clockwise. So this is a rotation, and the center of rotation is 2, 1, and the angle of rotation is 90-degree clockwise. So it's a rotation, 90-degree clockwise rotation. Center of rotation is 2, 1. It's a little, a little heavy question because you have to do the construction. You do it yourself, then you actually get this. So rotation 90-degree clockwise. Center of rotation is 2, 1. Our answer is right. Okay. So we are going to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is sketch the graph of each function. So here we have a graph. It's a linear graph, the first one. Y is equals to x minus 3. So y equals to x minus this gradient is 1 and its y-intercept is minus 3. So its y-intercept will be here somewhere, and you have to draw simply an inclined line because the gradient is positive. So simply you have to draw a line. It's just a 1-mark question. But when I draw it, I actually put some effort in it, and I marked their grid and I actually checked that when the x will be 0, the y will be minus 3. So that is this point. When the y will be 0, the x will be 3, 3 comma 0, this point. I joined these 2 points. But actually, you don't have to do this. You just simply have to show the shape. The important thing is that the y-intercept is minus 3, which is this point. And it's a line and its gradient is 1, which is positive. So it will be an incline in this way. So hopefully you understand. This is question number 16. So question number 16, you see in this way you have to. I have done a little more work on it, but you have to only draw this sketch. Okay, then we have this graph, question number 16, it's B part. Okay, so y is equals to 1 by x. It's here you know that the variable x is in the denominator and it's 1 by x. Okay, y is equals to 1 by x. The most important point here is when you put x equals to 0, the y will become infinite. So when the y becomes infinite, that means that on the graph, it means the graph will become a vertical line. So when the x is 0, the graph will be a vertical line. So as you increase the value of the x, the y value will decrease. Okay, so the graph will be something like this, but it is never going to touch 0. Remember that it is not going to touch 0. And this line y equals to 0 is the asymptote of this graph, and that's the horizontal asymptote. And this line, and this line is the vertical asymptote, which is x equals to 0. And what is the asymptote? Asymptote is a vertical line or a horizontal line. The graph approaches it, but do not actually touch that line. That is asymptote. This is the new topic which has been added here. They have not asked us the asymptote, but I'm just telling you. Okay, so 0, infinity, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. I just calculated some values to make sure that my answer. Once again, sorry for the internet. Something is happening. Funny things are happening with the internet. This is from Fiber in Sargoda. Their service. I don't know what to say about them. Okay, so here we have. I calculated the values of the y on certain values of the x. But the most important value was when the x is 0, because the y becomes infinite. So it's a vertical line. So the graph should be something like this. Okay. So now you can see the whole thing together. I was just working. It's just 2 marks question. You only have to show the shape. So this is the sketch. You know, the graph approaches this line, but never touch it. Here the graph is infinite. So this is a vertical asymptote. X equals to 0 is the vertical asymptote. And the graph approaches the y equals to 0, but never touch it. So y equals to 0 is the horizontal asymptote. They have not asked this asymptote thing here, but I'm just telling you because in one of the sample papers, they have asked us to find out the asymptote of this. And that asymptote thing has never been asked in any O levels previous papers. So that's why I'm using this name again and again to so you can ask your teachers to give you more practice on this asymptote thing. Okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 17. It's a 3 marks question. He says, an insect population decreases at a rate of 12% per year. And this is the new concept which has been added into O levels paper. Here the population is decreasing. You remember the formula for the compound interest. Same formula is used here, but here we use a subtraction sign because the population is gradually decreasing. An insect population decreases at a rate of 12% per year. The insect population on the 1st January 2022 is 3.7 million. Calculate the number of the complete years it will take for the insect population to first fall below 1 million insects. A very important question. Here we will be using some concepts which only came once in a previous paper where I was forced to use log. And in O levels mathematics, we have not used logs, but in this question and in that question, I don't remember which paper it was, but in one of the papers, we have to use the log. Okay, so you remember, you see this formula. This is the exact formula which is used for the compounded amount, but here the amount is decreasing. That's why instead of writing here a plus sign, I am writing here a negative sign because the population is gradually decreasing. So the population after n years will be 3.7. This is the starting amount principal, 1 minus rate divided by 100 raised to power n. So this is depreciation. The name of the topic is depreciation. Okay, so 3.7 x post 6 bracket 1 minus rate 12 by 100. The whole thing raised to power n. And this should become less than 1 million. 1 million means 1 x post 6. Okay, so I will take this thing to the other side and I will divide it. So 1, because 10 power 6 and 10 power 6 will be cancelled. So 1 divided by 3.7. And less than this becomes 100 minus 12 divided by 100. I took the LCM inside the bracket. Raised to this 88 by 100, that's 0.88 raised to power n. And you know, when you divide 1 with the 3.7, you get 0.27027 and 0.88 raised to power n. Now the variable which I want to find out is in the power. So now it's very difficult for us to get what is the value of that thing. So the easiest method in metric mathematics, in 9 metric mathematics, in add maths syllabus, we use log. In A levels, we also use log. So just simple take log. On your calculator, you have log log. I will take log on both the sides. The method is very simple. Log of this thing, log of this thing. This is the rule of the log, that the power comes on the side and you take the log of the base only. So the n will be on the side, log of 0.88. Now, when in your calculator, you will enter log, on your calculator find log 0.27027 equals to, it will be minus 0.56820. And on your calculator, enter log 0.88 and that will be minus 0.05552. Now, when you cut negative on both the sides, the sign of the inequality will flip, it will change. And so 0.56820 divided by 0.05552, and that is 10.2. So the value of the n, number of years, should be more than 10.2. So at least you need 11 years. This is a question on depreciation. the new topic which is added into the Cambridge O levels mathematics syllabus D, and it will be tested from the examination from 2025. So depreciation, please ask your teachers to give you more questions on this topic, depreciation, asymptote, depreciation, surds. So let's check the answer, sir. We said 11 years, and this is how this is done. So 11 years is the right answer. I hope you understand. This is how I have done it. I hope you understand log. Unfortunately, we have to use log, and only once in another paper we have to use log, and I don't remember which paper that was. But I remember from the, because we have practiced so many papers with my students, only in one paper that happened. Question number 18. Y is inversely proportional to the cube root of the x. Cube root of the x, inversely proportional. Okay, so here we go. So y proportional to 1 divided by the third root of the x. So y will be equals to k by third root of the x. Here they say y is 2.5 and the x is 8. Just put those values. So 2.5 is equal to k. Third root of the 8 is 2. So this 2 will go on the other side. It will multiply with 2.5. So k is equals to 5. Now the formula will become y is equals to 5 divided by the third root of the x. Their question is, when the x is 64, what is the value of the y? So y will be equals to 5 divided by, 64 is 4 raised to power 3 and raised to power 1 by 3. The third root means raised to power 1 by 3. Power of the power multiplies with each other. So 3 and 3 will be cancelled. So y is equals to 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so question number 19 is showing up on your screen. He says ABCD is a quadrilateral with the AB as 50 meter, BC as 650 meter, DA is 350 meter, and angle DAB is 135 and the angle BDC is 52 degrees. Calculate the DB, and it is of how much marks? It is of 3 marks. Okay, it is of 3 marks. So if you look at here, it's a very simple question. It's a question on the law of cosine rule I'm going to use. I want to find out this DB side. I know this side, and I know the angle. So if you know the two sides of a triangle and the included angle, you can find the side opposite to that angle. We can use this cosine. Okay, so the dB square will be equals to dA square plus BA square minus 2 into dA into BA into cos of the DAB. Just put those values there. So the dB square will be equals to 350 square plus 500 square minus 2 into 350 into 500 into cos of the 135. So when you do this calculation, it will be 61998.37. Take the square root, and you will have dB will be equals to 787.4. So round it off to 3 significant figures. It will be 787 meter. 787 meter is the right answer, sir. 780. So I hope you understand. So the B part, their question is calculate the obtuse angle BCD. So basically they want me to find out BCD, this angle. And this is an obtuse angle. So I know this angle opposite to this is 650, and opposite to this unknown angle we just calculated that side, that is 787. So this side we know that 787. So opposite to this side, this angle is unknown. We want to find out this. Opposite to this side is this angle. And so I can apply, this is classical case for the law of sine, the sine rule. So here you go. I'm going to apply the sine rule. The sine of the BCD, the sine of the BCD divided by the BD side, and oops, sorry. Okay, so equals to sine BDC divided by the BC side. The BCD angle I want to find out. So sine BCD divided by the opposite BD side is 787 equals to sine of 52 divided by 650. So the sine BCD will be equals to 787 multiplied sine 52 divided by 650 equal to, that will be 0.954. So this side will come to this side, it becomes sine inverse. So sine inverse of the 0.954 will be 72.6. So the angle BCD is 72.6 degrees. But you see, this angle is not obtuse. They said that angle is obtuse. Whenever you do sine inverse, the calculator always gives you the acute angle. And if the angle is to be found is obtuse, then you manually subtract that acute angle from the 180. So the BCD is 72.6, which is acute, but they said the BCD is obtuse. So manually we will subtract it from 180. So 180 minus 72.6, that is 107.4. So that is the obtuse angle. So 107.4. So this is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. I hope you understand. That's question number 19. Okay. So here we have question number 20. Shanti travels 12 kilometers from home to school. She travels at an average speed of X kilometer per hour. Write down an expression in terms of the X for the time taken in minutes. This word is important because you see her speed is kilometer per hour, her distance is in kilometer. So when I will apply the formula that the time is equals to distance divided by speed, the time will be automatically in hours. Then I will multiply it with the 60 and then it will be converted into minutes. So they have tried to confuse you. So here we go. So here we have, it says, okay. So the time is equals to distance divided by speed. The distance is 12 kilometers. The speed is X kilometer per hour. So the time will be 12 by X hours. But they want us to write the answer in minutes. So I will multiply it with the 60. So 12 by X multiplied 60, that's 720 divided by X. So 720 divided by X minutes. So this is how you do the A part. Question number, I hope this question is question number 20. So 720 divided by X. Now, in the next part, he says, Felix travels 12 kilometers from home to school. He travels at an average speed that is 20 kilometers per hour, slower than Shanti's average speed. Write down an expression in terms of X for the time taken in minutes for Felix to travel from home to school. Okay, so his speed is 20 kilometers slower than the Shanti's average speed. Shanti's average speed is X. His speed is 20 kilometers per hour slower than that speed. So the speed of the Felix will be X minus 20. The distance is same. We have to find out the time, but the time in minutes. Same procedure. The time is equals to the distance divided by the speed. So 12 divided by X minus 20. So that because this is in hours. So we want to find the answer in minutes. So I will multiply it with the 60. So 12 multiplied 60 divided by X minus 20. That's 720 divided by X minus 20. So the time for Felix is 720 divided by X minus 20. So our answer is right. Okay. Now we will go to the next part, and in the C part, they say, question number 28, C part, he says, Felix takes 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school, and then Shanti. Use your answer from the part A and part B to form an equation in the x and show that it simplifies to x squared minus 20x minus 960 equals to 0, and this C part is of 4 marks. So the time difference, we have just calculated the time taken by the Shanti and the time taken by the Felix, and the difference between them is 15 minutes. Felix takes 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school than Shanti. So it means the T2, the time of taken by the Felix, minus T1, that's 15. T2 and T1 both are in minutes. So 720 divided by x minus 20 minus 720 divided by x is equals to 15. Take the LCM. So the LCM will have both these denominators, x into x minus 20. So here you will have 720 into x minus 720 into bracket x minus 20 bracket close and equals to 15. So that's 720x minus 720x, and it will become plus. Oh, I made a mistake here. So let me write here. This is, sorry. This is positive. Okay. So it is positive. So here we have a positive sign. I by mistake wrote negative sign. Okay. So here it will be plus 14400, and the whole thing is divided by the x squared minus 20x equals to 15. So this and this will be cancelled with each other, and you are left with 14400 equals to 15 bracket x squared minus 20x bracket close. So 14400, 15x squared minus 300x, and take this to the other side. So you will have 15x squared minus 300x minus 14400 equals 0. Takes 15 common. So you will have 15 bracket x squared minus 20x minus 960 bracket close. This 15 when go to the other side, it will divide with the 0 and it will become 0. So x squared minus 20x minus 960 equals to 0. So this is the equation they have asked us to show. And this is how this is done. It's a 4 marks question. I hope you understand. You have to show that equation, and you can see we have shown that equation. So let's move to the next part. In the next part, they say that's the C part, and they say Felix takes 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school than Shanti. Okay, use your answer. We are done with this C part, and here we go. The D part is a 3 marks question. He says, solve the equation x squared minus 20x minus 960 equals to 0. Show your working and give your answers correct to 2 decimal places. So we will apply the quadratic formula here. Here the A is 1, the B is minus 20, and the C is 960. And you remember the quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus square root, and under the square root we have b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So just substitute the values of the A and B and the C, and your final answers, you will get 2 answers. One will be x equals to 42.56, and the other one will be x equals to minus 22.56. This is a 3 marks question, and I hope this part is of 3 marks. I hope you know how to apply the quadratic formula, and there are 2 possible answers in this case. So let's check this answer, and yeah, we are doing question number 20, and they say that there will be 2 answers, 42.56 and minus 22.56. So our answers is right. Hopefully you understand this. Then he says the E part is a 3 marks question. Calculate the time Felix takes to travel from home to school. Give your answer in the minutes and seconds. The time Felix took is 720 divided by x minus 20. So just substitute the value of the x. We will not take the negative value. We will take the positive one. So the x value will be taken as 42.56. Just substitute the x value here. So 720 divided by 42.56 minus 20. That's in the denominator. 720 divided by 22.56, and that's 31.91. So this is minutes, 31.915 minutes. But in the time, they are asking us to write separately the minutes and hours. So 31 minutes and 0.915 will be multiplied with the 60, and that gives you 54.9, which is approximately 55 seconds. So our final answer is that 31 minutes and 55 seconds. So this is the whole solution is showing up on your screen. You can pause the video if you want more time. So let's check the answer, sir. 31 minutes and 55.1 seconds. Okay, so our answer is almost right. Okay, so question number 21 is showing up on your screen. The table shows some values of the y equals to x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x plus 5, correct to one decimal place. So the y here, when you can substitute the x minus 3, x equals to minus 3 in this equation, and you can find the value of the y. Then you can substitute x with 3 and find the value and write the number here. I have done this. Let me show you. So on your screen, you can see I have done this. Okay. So in that equation, y is equals to x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x plus 5. Substitute x with the minus 3. You will get 2. And just put that value here. And then in that equation, in the place of x, you can substitute 3. So you will get 8. So I can write 8 here. So in your table, write 8 here. So this is how this is done. This is question number 21. So our answers are right. Then their question is, okay, question number 21, and it's B part. He says, draw this. Okay. So we have to draw the graph of y is equals to x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x plus 5 for x minus 3 to 3 on the given grid. So we know those points here. So just I will plot those points on that grid. And let me show you, I have done that. So I plotted those points and then I joined them with a smooth curve. This black graph, I plotted those points which were in the table, and then I joined them and I got that graph. This is the graph of that cubic equation, this black colored graph. I hope you understand. And to make my curves more smooth, what I have done, I have also taken the y value at x minus 1.5, y value at x minus 0.5, the y value when the x is 0.5, and the y value when the x is 1.5 to make the graph more smooth. Because here the graph is taking a turn. Here the graph is taking a turn. Hopefully you understand this. So they here question number 21B part. Okay, so we are done with this thing. Okay, this is a 4-mark question part that he says by drawing a suitable line on the grid, find the roots of the equation. This, okay, roots means the solutions, and it's very simple. Sorry. And here we go. So the curve whose main graph is there is y is equals to x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x plus 5. And they want me to find the solution of this equation. So on the left side, I will try to make this expression. Okay. So I will write this whose solution I want to find out. X cubed divided by 3 minus 1.5x plus 1. So x cubed divided by 3, that is in the curves equation also, so it's good. Here you have minus 2x, but here you have minus 1.5x. So on both the sides, I will subtract minus 0.5x. So on this side, I will minus 0.5x. On this side, you also have to do the same thing. Here you have 1, but here you have 5. So you have to add 4 to make this thing 5. So add 4 on this side, add 4 on this side. So now here on the left side, you have x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x plus 5, which is the expression, the equation for the curve. And here you have minus 0.5x plus 4. So this is the equation for that line. So I will write y is equals to minus 1 by 2 x plus 4. And so this line I will draw there on my graph. So just substitute some values of the x here, for example, 0, 2, and minus 2. You get the values of y. Then I will plot this on that graph. So you can see I have drawn this line, this red line. And when I draw this line intersect my that cubic graph at 3 points. And I will note down what is the x values on these points of intersection. And that is the solution of that graph. And that line and curve intersect at minus 2.4, at 0.8, and 1.65. So you can have a look at the marking scheme. Our answers are right, sir. Okay, so this is how this is done. Let me show you the whole thing. Okay. Now we are going to the next question. That is question number 24. He says the length of a pencil is given at 16 centimeter, correct to the nearest centimeter. The length of a pen is given at 14.7 centimeter, correct to the nearest millimeter. You see, they are trying to confuse you. Here they said nearest centimeter. And in this case, they said nearest millimeter. Calculate the upper bound for the difference between the length of pencil and length of the pen. Okay. So here we go, because this is nearest to 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter divided by 2, that is 0.5 centimeter plus minus. This is nearest to 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter divided by 2, that is 0.5 millimeter plus minus. So I will convert that millimeter into centimeter, so that will become 0.05 centimeter plus minus. The pencil, that is 16 centimeter, this is correct to 1 centimeter, so add 0.5 centimeter in it. You will get the upper bound for the length of the pencil, and you subtract from 16 0.5 centimeter, you get the lower bound of the length of the pencil. So the upper bound of the length of the pencil is 16.5 centimeter, and the lower bound for the length of the pencil is 15.5 centimeter. Now the pen, its length is 14.7 centimeter. So this is correct to 1 millimeter. So because I converted this in centimeters, so 0.05 centimeter, you add in it, you get 14.75 centimeter, which is the upper bound for the length of the pen. And from 14.7, if you subtract 0.05 centimeter, you get 14.65 centimeter, which is the lower bound for the length of the pen. Now they want us to find out the difference of the length between the pencil and the pen. So difference of the length is equal to pencil length minus the pen length, because I want the upper bound for the difference of the length. So this first member should be, its upper value must be used, and this its lower value should be used. Then the difference will show the largest reading. So the upper value for the length of the pencil is 16.5, and the lower value for the length of the pen is 14.65. So if you subtract them, you get 1.85. So the difference, upper bound of the difference is 1.85 centimeter. 1.85 centimeter. Question number 23, expand and simplify. Here we have 3 brackets and they are multiplying with each other. So what I will do, I will first multiply these 2 brackets. I will put a square bracket around them, and whatever the answer will be, then I will multiply this first bracket with that answer. So here we go. So first of all, x minus 2, I will keep it outside. I will multiply 4x with this bracket, then plus 1 with this bracket. So I put a square bracket around them. 4x squared minus 20x plus x minus 5. So that's 4x minus 19, x minus 5. So now these 2 brackets will multiply. So x will multiply with the 4x square minus 19x minus 5. And then minus 2 will multiply with 4x square minus 19x minus 5. That's 4x cube minus 19x square minus 5x minus 8x square plus 38x plus 10. So that is 4x cube minus 27x square plus 33x plus 10. And let's check the answer, sir. And it is the right answer, sir. I hope you understand this. Here we have question number 24. A, B, C, D, E is a rectangular based pyramid. A, C, and BD intersect at F. EF is perpendicular to FC. AD is 12 centimeter. DC is 8 centimeter and EC is 16 centimeter. Write down the number of planes of symmetry of the pyramid. So it's a rectangular based pyramid, and you know the lines of number of planes of symmetry. There are two number of planes of symmetry. Planes of symmetry is that a cut which will divide this rectangular based cake into two exactly same parts. So there are two cuts. Okay. So you can ask your teacher, and you can ask, you can search a little bit more on this, and that the planes of symmetry, there are two planes of symmetry in a rectangular pyramid. Show that the EF is 14.3 centimeter correct to one decimal place. The EF, I have to find out the length of the EF. Okay, so first of all, I will use the triangle ADC. I will find out AC, then I will half it. I will find out the value of the FC, or you can say AF. Then I will apply the Pythagoras and on the triangle EFC, and I will be able to find out the EF. Okay. So this is a 4 marks question. So let me show you. So first of all, I will take the triangle ADC. This side is 12, this side is 8. I want to find out AC. So AC square will be equals to 12 square plus 8 square. I'm applying Pythagoras. It's a right angle triangle. AC square will be equals to 12 square plus 8 square. That's 144 plus 64. So the AC square will be equals to 208. Take the square root on both the sides. So the AC will be equals to 14.422. Now, I will take this triangle, okay? AC, AF will be half of the AC, so the AF will be 14.422 divided by 2, so that's 7.211. Now I will take this right angle triangle AFE. EF is my question. I know AF is 7.211, that this inclined side is 16. So apply Pythagoras again. 16 square is equal to 7.211 square plus EF square, and the EF will be 14.3. 14.3. EF will be equals to 14.3. 14.28 or 14.28. Okay, so then what they want? They want us to find out, calculate the angle between the line EC and the base ABCD. They want me to find out this angle here. Okay, so very simple. It's the same right angle triangle. Okay, so I'm now going to use the EFC right angle triangle. This is 16, this is 14.3. They want me to find out this angle, which this side makes with this plane. So the sine of the ECF is 14.7, the perpendicular by the hypotenuse, 14.3 divided by 16. So the ECF angle will be sine inverse of the 0.894, that is 63.34. So the angle is 63.34. Okay, so our answer is almost right. A little bit. Okay, this is the frustrum, a new thing. We already have worked on frustrum, but you know, frustrum is a big cone, and from that big cone, you cut a small cone, and the remaining portion is a frustrum. Okay, so here you have 8 centimeter radius. Here you have 6 centimeter radius. That this height is 9. The diagram shows a bowl in the size of in the shape of a frustum. Frustum. And calculate the volume of the bowl. It's a 5 marks question. You have to calculate the volume of this shape. Let me show you. Okay. Now we want to find out the volume of this shape. So, okay. So, we have a big cone, and out of that cone, we have cut this cone. The remaining is that frustum. Okay. So let me say that big cone, the height is capital H. The small cones which was cut is height is H, and the remaining this height will be 9. So this is the radius. This radius is given. So the R, because they are similar to each other, the big one, the big cone and the small cone. So their radius will be have the same ratio as their heights. So the R by R will R by small r is equals to the capital H divided by small h. It is 8 centimeter. This is 6 centimeter. And you know the difference between them is 9. So capital H will be equals to 9 plus small h. So so in the place of the capital H, I will put H plus 9. Okay, so just cross multiply and you get 4 by 3, 9 plus H by H. So you get 4H equals to 27 plus 3H, and H is 27. 4H minus 3H, that is H is equal to 27. So I know the value of the small cone's height, vertical height, that is 27 centimeter. The height of the big cone will be 9 plus small h. 9 plus 27, that is 36 centimeter. So now I know the height of that big cone and the height of that small cone, and I know their radius also. So the volume of the frustum will be volume of the large cone minus the volume of the small cone. The volume of the large cone will be 1 by 3 pi capital R square multiply capital height multiply 1 by 3 pi R square small r square minus small h. Just put the values 1 by 3 pi 8 square into 36 minus 1 by 3 pi 6 square into 27. And sorry for this. And let me try to reduce this. I'm not able to remove it. Okay, so 1394.867. So it's 1395. 1395 is the answer. So our answer is right, sir. Okay. So this is how this question is done. Hopefully you understand this idea that we have a big cone, and from that big cone we cut this small cone which was similar to that big cone, and the remaining is this frustum. So it's a little heavy question. I hope you understand. Okay, so we are done with the question number 25, and the paper is also finished. So, my dear students, I have tried my best. I have tried my best to explain you the concepts, and maybe I make sometimes mistakes, but just forgive them. If you find this video useful and interesting, and you hope that this video will be helpful for to your juniors, to your teachers, please share this video's link with your friends, with your class fellows. Share the link of this video on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your TikTok, wherever, whatever social media you are using. So you can share the link of this video on your LinkedIn as well. And you see, when you share the link of this video on your social media accounts, this helps me, it supports me, and your help and your support is very important for me. And also like this video, also subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, everyone, for taking out time and preparing your Cambridge O Levels mathematics from my YouTube channel. It's a blessing for me. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a good day, and God bless you all.